By day, Daniel Harnsberger is a real estate agent in Virginia, but by night, he's something very different. They call him the progressive liberal. He's a pro wrestler in the Appalachian Mountain Wrestling League. His unstoppable finishing move, a cross-arm neck breaker called the Liberal Agenda. Daniel Harnsberger joins us tonight. Mr. Harnsberger, thank you for joining us. You are what they call in your business a heel, a villain, someone against whom the audience roots, and you've picked the most terrifying persona of all, a progressive liberal.
Why is it the most terrifying?
Well, for a lot of reasons. I mean, I live in Washington, so I could give you a very long answer.
Washington's very liberal.
Yes, it is.
So you must be terrified every day.
Yeah, nobody is afraid of you when you walk down the street, but when you go into professional wrestling settings, you probably don't have that many fans.
I think where I typically wrestle, that's definitely the case. I'm in the Bible Belt, I'm in coal country, and they don't take too kindly to liberals. You might as well be slapping their mother by calling myself a liberal. That alone is offensive, and being an outsider is offensive as well.
So I guess what's different about you is there have always been heels in wrestling.
Correct.
So in the 70s and 80s, there was, you know, the Soviet guy, Boris Badnikov, or whatever his name was. And then in the 90s and last decade, there were, you know, the ISIS people or the Al-Qaeda figures, the Arabs.
It didn't last too long.
Didn't last too long. None of those guys believed in their persona, but you really are a progressive liberal.
Yeah, blue-blooded liberal, Democrat, all the way.
Wow. Well, I won't bother to ask you why.
Okay.
But tell me what kind of receptions you get at these events.
Well, I mean, from the beginning, it was a very palpable, heated reaction. And the Donald Trump, I mean, I think Trump had been a candidate when I started, showed this side of myself in wrestling, and Trump was a candidate for maybe 5 or 6 months, and right away here we were in a small rural town, Sabine, West Virginia, and the Donald Trump chant started then, and I've been hearing them ever since.
But it's just so interesting that as an actual liberal, you would become a professional wrestler. I mean, not that, you know, you think of liberals, they become life coaches or conflict management specialists or sociology professors. Not a lot of them become professional wrestlers, right?
I think that might be a stereotype. I think there's a lot of liberals in wrestling. I know.
Really?
I would say, I mean, maybe not where I'm wrestling today, but I mean, there's independent professional wrestling exists all over America, and you know, we're pretty split down the middle.
I don't believe you for a second. You think there are a lot of professional? No, I mean I'm willing to. I don't know a ton of professional wrestlers, but you really think that Hillary Clinton won half of all professional wrestlers in America?
I didn't, you know, I didn't have my poll people on that.
You didn't have it. So when you want to get the audience spun up, when you want to get them really mad and hate you a lot, where do you go? What do you say? What policies do you advocate?
Well, you don't just, politics is only a small part of it. At the end of the day, I'm attacking their way of life, which over there is coal, and, you know, and just pronouncing words differently than they do for whatever reason.
Like, what do you
drives
say?
A dagger. I'll say Appalachian instead of, I can't even really say it how they say it, or, you know, you won't live in a holler, you live in a hollow. That's very offensive. I don't know why.
Do you ever go for gun control?
Oh, yeah. And one of the last times I did, not the last time, but one time that's very memorable is a guy came out of the concession stand and he was packing heat and, you know, rubbed his pistol and looked at me. And
as you were talking about confiscating his gun.
Yeah, needless to say, just like Obama didn't, I didn't take his gun either.
But just like Obama did, you really wanted to, didn't you?
I don't think Obama wanted to take anyone's guns. I don't think Democrats are an anti-gun party. I think they're for moderation and regulation, which I don't think that's wrong.
They're an anti-gun party that supports laws that are against guns, but they're not against guns?
Again, Obama got an F from the Brady administration. I don't think that's really reflective of him trying actively to take away guns.
I don't remember the Brady administration, but whatever. I do look forward to whatever. I can't wait to see you wrestle, and I think you've got the greatest and the scariest persona of all time, and I'm just grateful that you came into our studio tonight, and I want to wish you luck getting out of here.
I want to admire how brave you are for sitting at this table with me.
I was meant to throw popcorn on you, but then I thought we're in a studio, so I'm not going to.
I can't do that.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.